The world that our children live in and will move into is one that will continue to change. Knowledge is everywhere. It's accessible on a cell phone, on a laptop. So the teacher is no longer responsible for disseminating that knowledge. It's important to us that we engage with kids beyond content.
What we see is that the kids who are forced into learning a certain topic that they're not interested in, we don't see any growth.
To always ask kids to only write about something is not necessarily going to inspire kids. It doesn't open the audience for which they're producing work. If the audience is only the teacher, then our audience is way too small.
Every student's journey looks different. They each have their own individual personalities, their learning profile. As second graders, they come in here very curious. We don't want that curiosity to go away. Teachers are more like a mentor than a teacher teaching at the podium and giving information to the students. And what we found in the last couple of years is that students really take control of their own learning.
Instead of saying at the end of second grade, every kid should be able to do this, they're looking at the individual student and saying, what does this child need in order to take the next step forward?
The vision of education to which we're moving makes collaboration, innovation, and growth imperative as opposed to desirable. It takes an inquiring mind because the answer that was appropriate yesterday may not be an answer that's appropriate tomorrow.
When we say we want students to take control of their own learning, it's also the space that is going to facilitate their own learning and growth.
The studios really are based on the concept or pedagogy that learning doesn't take place in a classroom as we kind of once thought of it, that learning takes place in all different areas. So what we try to do is say, okay, no one learns in exactly the same way, so how do we provide a space that accommodates all the different needs of all the different learners? And then understanding that in order to really personalize, that really means that we need to be able to be flexible. Flexibility of not only our curriculum, but our space, our teachers, everything.
So the classroom is no longer sort of a quiet, static place. It's probably noisier than it used to be. I don't see the teacher standing in front of students all facing one way. Being able to work in small groups, in large groups, indoors, outdoors, moving, stationary, all of those options are critical to helping students learn.
That whole outdoor space is planned to be a classroom in and of itself.
Nature is constantly going to provide children with things to discover, and children are always going to bring curiosity to nature. This is not landscaping. These are areas where children are going to be investigating, exploring. It's hands-on learning. I like to think the buildings and the program and the outdoor spaces together are going to cultivate sustainable behavior.
Our students this morning didn't come to a school, they came to a place. Punahou is part of an ahupua'a, and it goes to the top of Manoa Valley out to Waikiki, and it's that interdependence of the ahupua'a concept that is a reminder of our interdependence with one another.
Meaningful connection between our students and the world at large is critical if learning is to be authentic. If kids are to apply the things that they learn to real-world issues, to real-world problems, to face real-world audiences.
We want kids to understand that even at a young age, they can make impacts into the world around them. They can ask questions and they can come up with answers and solutions. The Learning Commons is built to work in conjunction with the studios. It is central to the 2-5 environment, both physically and metaphorically.
We want to see our Learning Commons as the arts, the science, the technology, engineering, all coming together as one, and they are highly integrated and interrelated and transdisciplinary.
This is all the result of 6 years of thoughtful work by our faculty, our administrators, and trustees to really reimagine our learning environments. We've created a neighborhood that puts children at the center of a flexible, attentive, collaborative educational experience. And we've also raised the bar for Punahou's commitment to green building and design. The trustees and I are deeply grateful to each and every donor who's made it possible for us to open the Sydney and mini Kosasa neighborhood. Your support is vital. You're impacting children's lives. You're helping us to fulfill our mission, and you're helping students to reach their full promise both inside and outside the classroom. We're also excited about what's yet to come. This is just the first part of a larger project for our 2nd through 5th graders that represents Punahou's educational philosophy for the 21st century. So we hope you will join us in making that vision a reality.